testing out an idea of making a bridge with some copper wire and some popsicle sticks. Using a little hot glue to fix it, and let's see how this works. We've got a little curved bridge. This looks like a railroad track. If you turn it over, the idea is the truck drive right over it, and I could create bends and whatnot, and structural integrity. Yeah, they're pretty much dry. That's pretty rigid. Something like granted, really long spans would become quite bouncy. These pieces of wire are, let me give you a guesstimate, maybe a foot long, maybe a little less, between 10 and 12 inches. I'm gonna guess. Yeah, probably about 10 inches, 10, 11 inches. And within that, you got some rigidity. If you wanted more, you could use some sticks underneath and glue them like that if you wanted to, or on top or whatever. But this is just the first test, and so far it looks pretty darn good. One interesting thing about with this wire I'm noticing is I can create a little bit of a bend. Gotta be gentle. If you bend it slowly and you support the joints as you're bending it, it doesn't look like I'm doing much, but you'll notice over the span of this, if I want to make it steeper, I could even make it steeper. You have to remember when you're doing this, if you try to check this out, to make these bends, you need to have enough space in between your connections or the popsicle sticks, or a little bump, and you won't have enough room. So that's a pretty decent bend, if I do say so myself, and I could probably go even more. Pretty neat. We're building some bridges for our RC course. The dog wants to participate. I'm not going to painstake you through watching this whole process, so I'm going to pause that video in a second, and we'll come back to it in a few. Here we are. We've got 3 sections. Let's see if it's dry. Some of these are hanging on. We got some hanger-ons, huh? Little dingleberries hanging on here. This is the idea of the bridge. We can have a higher spot and a lower spot, and these can be bent ever so slightly. Now we've got a fair little arch there. And looks like the weight of the truck will weigh it right down. So we're going to need some kind of support coming across to help keep the rigidity of that wire a little bit. And we'll figure that out next. As you may have seen yesterday, I was working on the my bridge of sorts, and the stability wasn't there with the wire, so what I'm using is some solder to create connection points between these two ends in an effort to see if I can get this to work. So please don't judge my soldering skills because they're pretty non-existent. This is like my second or third time ever soldering anything, so this isn't going to be pretty. My goal is to make it sturdy more than pretty, and that is right now my fourth connection that I've made. So what I'm going to show you here is the bridge. So here's this bridge. Zoom out. Bam. So here's the bridge. And we used some solder points all the way around to connect this. I might use one more for the middle, but I have a feeling this might be enough to hold the truck up. So this is an experiment for sure. I wanted to try something with this course I've been building. And let's see, where can I put you? Here we are, we got the trusty SCX-24 coming up on an approach. And will this a little bit. But it works. And that spanse is about 10 inches long, I want to say. It might be a little longer. Actually, I'm going to measure it for you. And we'll go that route. Total length, actually that's 15 inches as it's bent. So straight ahead it's probably about 18 inches long. Hopefully that might give you some ideas for building your courses. So here we are, folks, the bridge I was working on. It's not too bad. Here's the bendy bridge and that wire bridge. So what I want to be doing is the second one, I put a hole in there, connected into the wood there, or the box there, and then drill the hole over into this and connected this into that, so now it's not going to slide. So problem solved, and it works. Here's that bridge in action. go. Success. Gotta love it.